Hey there, friends. Welcome back. Made it. It's Friday. It's a little late, I know. But we can still hang out and have some fun, race around a bit, and yeah. Well, I know it's already kind of late, so why don't we just switch on over here? So we will be at least starting out with Horizon 5.
Welcome back, Commander.
We'll see how far we get in this. If we want to move on to something else, we'll see how we feel. First, oh wait, what is this? Oh, we didn't even pick up our car from there. Okay. Cool, yeah. Let's see. Oh, it's right here. We'll do the first race over in this area. But yeah. Hopefully you guys are all having a good day today. Ooh, this looks interesting. Made it to Friday. Bit of a slower day for me. Oh, excuse me. So, glad the week is over. Get to enjoy some rest on the weekend here. Take a little break from playing some Donkey Kong tonight. We'll probably pick that back up again tomorrow evening. Or tomorrow, whenever we end up playing. I think I might try and work on some sort of project around the house during the day tomorrow, but I do want to stream tomorrow, and if not, it'll be on Sunday, so. And for those of you in the VOD, you'll see it when it's posted. Because that'll be in the future. But besides that, you can enjoy some racing tonight. I was almost thinking, depending on, I don't know, I was thinking of maybe playing a little bit of Mario Kart as well, but I don't know. We'll see. And then if we ever get some people that have Mario Kart and would like to play together, we can always try to create a room to play with viewers. That would be fun. Play with you guys, chat. Done that a little bit before here and there, but not sure who all plays that. Hey, how's it going, Rudy? Welcome, welcome. How have you been? It's so weird not having Book stream. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in a while. Good. Hopefully he's settling in and getting things adjusted and set up and everything. I'm sure it's going to feel really nice having a nice dedicated space that he can stream from and everything. We don't have anything to do. We're just a wreck without Book. We don't know what to do with ourselves. What is this world coming to? We'll have to give him a hard time. We've just been staring at the wall for 5 days straight. No. Yeah, the move is going good. Jealousy has fiber internet. I know fiber is nice. I'm fortunate that I have that in my area too. I remember the days before that, and it was not as good. So, and hopefully he's had enough help with moving things in and everything. I wish I was local to the area so I could help him move and stuff. Helped a few friends move here and there, so you know, it can take a while sometimes getting everything from one place to another and all that fun stuff. Oh, it's going to your neighborhood soon? At the end of the month? Oh, that's good. Yeah, I know it's funny, there's another company that for, I don't know, it's been the past month or two, they've been installing and running new fiber around my neighborhood. And, but they're still working on it, so it's not officially hooked up yet. So I'm thinking about switching because I think it's a little cheaper than what I'm getting right now. And then they have a kind of like a lock-in rate that supposedly they won't increase the rate. So I'm kind of interested in that because we've already had our rates go up where we're at right now. Let's see, here's this one over here. Yeah, I was at 1 gig speed up and down, and then they raised the rates, and it's like, well, I don't really need a whole gig, even though it's fun. So we went down to 300 up and down, which is still really good. So, oh, that's right. Let me see. Have we had any of these? We have. Okay. Let's try a different card just for fun. Switch over to... I don't think I've driven this before. But yeah, so we're at 300 up and down. And even on my PC, which isn't great, it's like almost 10 years old now. I couldn't even utilize that speed until I finally got a new Wi-Fi card. So finally running at Wi-Fi 6. So I can finally get a decent speed. I think I was like maxing out at like 30 megabits per second on the internal wireless card, so it's nice to have faster speeds for download and everything and not have any issues. I think there's a couple of streams where I was just dropping a ton of frames and I was like, that is not going to work. It's dropping like 2/3 of my frames. Had to cancel a stream or two. And it's weird. Normally I wasn't seeing that happen, so I don't know what was causing that, but it seems to not be the issue anymore, so that is good. So have you been playing anything new or anything interesting, Rudy? Or what have you been up to? Yeah, this is so weird. The computer is so strange in this game. I've never really kind of noticed it in the last few streams, but these seasonal races, it's almost like they make the computer just a little bit easier than in the regular game. I have it on the second to highest difficulty rating. And we're still able to pass everyone. pretty early. But then when I went back to a normal race, it was actually pretty tough. Oh, you're playing Wukong. Nice. Heard some pretty good things about that. I don't think it's quite my style of game, but it sounds interesting. Just fell in a pit, getting attacked by like 10 enemies. Oh, nice. You know, it might help if you just don't fall in a pit, then you won't get attacked by 10 enemies. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't be any better than you at that game, I'm sure. But I'm playing a different monkey game right now. It's kind of similar. No, not at all. Not similar at all. Playing through Donkey Kong Country 2. Slightly different monkey game. Full of the monkeys. Okay. Let's see, is there any art mastery for this? No, I've done this one too. Okay, we're just racking up the points, I guess. News. Gifts. Alright, we got some wheel spins. You seem to be more and more useless as I play through the game. Nothing new. But, you know what, actually, maybe we just got something new. Did we get that other... I think we did. Nice, okay, at least we got one new car. And useless credits. Add them to the pile. I have so many credits, I don't even know what to do with them. Guess I could spend a bunch of time just buying a bunch of cars that I won't use. Okay. Next is the last race, and that is over here. So is Book officially all the way out of his old apartment, or they still have some things over there? I would assume he's probably out by now. But maybe he's still kind of cleaning some things up still. Looking forward to the home tour stream. That'll be fun. You think they still have the big stuff to move? They should be done by this weekend. Oh, nice. Good. Just being done and having all your stuff out, that's going to feel like such a relief, I'm sure. Sometimes moves can just drag on and on, so good for him. And now they don't have to live in out of boxes anymore. That's probably one of the more frustrating things for them. They had, for the past, since June he was saying, they had everything in boxes, and at that point they don't want to unpack just to pack everything up again. Yeah, it's like, oh, I know I need to find this one thing. I know I have it. I know where it is, but it's at the bottom of the pile, inside a box at the bottom. that I have to dig through all this other stuff to get to. That's not worth it. Or you're constantly digging through stuff, and it takes 2 to 3 times as long just to find something, and then you have to carefully pack it back away when you're done. No, thank you. Yeah, I haven't had to move too many times in my life. Because let's see, grew up in the same house pretty much my whole childhood until I went to college. Lived in, I guess, 3 different places in a span of 5 years at college. My parents moved to a new house when I was gone. And then we had an apartment once we got married. And then we had a house, and then we moved to where we are now, but we stayed with in-laws for several months. But my wife, they rented most of her childhood, different places, and so she moved like every couple of years. And so she's used to it, and she's almost like, she almost kind of likes it. And so it's like, I don't really want to move all that often. I hate packing everything up. And it gets really expensive too. So, you've only moved about 3 or 4 times, yeah, it's... I mean, if you're in the same place, I guess it can either be boring for you, or if you like it, you can enjoy it and be happy with it, so... Which I'm hoping that's what it's going to be like with where we're at now. We can be happy where we're at and not feel like we want to move. So you went from New Orleans to Houston. Your aunt to the first house, to an apartment, to second house, and then where you are currently in your house. And you don't foresee moving anytime soon. That's nice. And at least you're in a house, so you got space. That's good. So, alright, so that was all of that. Oh yeah, let's see, did we have anything here? Oh, we did. Okay. Hey, how's it going, Don? Boy, welcome. Pray you're doing well. It's good to see you. Let's see. Let's go back to Mexico. How have I been? I've been doing really well. Better than I deserve. Thank you for asking. Glad it's Friday. We started a new series playing through Donkey Kong Country 2, so that's been fun. Taking a slight break from that to get back into some more racing. It's fun to kind of keep up. I used to play this game, I guess when it first came out, played it a lot, kept up with a lot of these weekly things going on, and then kind of took a break, played every once in a while, but it's nice to keep up with the different seasonal changes and the little challenges that pop up too. So let's take a look and see what we got here. Why don't we do these event labs first, since you have to travel there anyways. But yeah, been doing good. I usually work remote, and I was going into the office this week for a few days. We had some people from out of town come in, so that was nice to see them and work together. What do we want to drive? Ooh, let's do the donut van. But, yeah, and then tomorrow during the day, I have think I mentioned it before, how I was talking about that little covered woodpile project thing. I thought I was almost done. I finished the roof. I have one last little bit of trim piece thing that I can put up and paint. And then I think I'm, besides maybe trying to level it a little bit because it's kind of sloped, I think I'm just about done with that project, so that's nice. Gonna try and work on some of that tomorrow. But otherwise, yeah. And it's our last kind of week where we have some more event things going on. Next weekend I'll be busy during the day for most of the weekend, so try to enjoy the time I have off and catch up on some sleep. You and Husky been keeping up playing Motorsport? Nice. I've been playing that a little off and on. I played, where I was playing in, I can't remember if I actually did play with Husky. I think I did, yeah. Played with Husky a little bit. Or no, it was this. Played with Husky a little bit either earlier this week or over the weekend, last weekend or something. I forget. So that was fun. But let's see. So I was playing Donkey Kong on Twitch. Using your phone. Couldn't watch 2 streams at once. No worries. No worries. When you're able to and when you want to, you're welcome to watch, but by no means do you need to feel like you need to. I'm grateful when people are able to tune in. So I'm glad that you enjoy the content enough and my silliness to tune in and watch. So, hey, Book. Whoops, sorry, I'm looking at chat and playing at the same time. You know how well that goes. Oh yeah, ooh, Book's here. We need to stop what we're talking about. Oh, just joking. I'll catch up on chat here when I'm done with this race. It's hard to read at the same time. I guess we can't talk about Book behind his back anymore now that he's here. We gotta change the subject. It's not as fun when he's here. We gotta talk behind his back, not in front of his back. Or actually, would it be in front of his back? Or in front of his front? I don't know. The Twitch report. Reporting of what great content this is, I hope, right? Okay. Let's see, don't want to say, other than that, I've been working. The only time I get to play is either when the other half is sleeping for the night or when she's at work, yeah. Let's see, you mentioned you work remote. You too? Oh, nice! Part of management at a call center. I have a hybrid type schedule. I work most of the week in the office. Oh, wait. Type schedule, work from most of the week in office days or every Wednesdays. Okay, nice. What's catching up on sleep? Yeah. I know, right now, we don't have kids yet. We'd like to have kids. It's a little bit of a difficulty right now for us, but yeah, we can still catch up on sleep at the moment, so. Work from home most of the week. That's good. Yeah, I'm able to work from home most of the time. I'm fortunate that I'm able to. I'm about 20, 30 minutes from the office, but it's hard because our department is, or at least the department I'm in, is small enough that it's pretty much just me and I report to my boss, and so, and he's local, but he understands, and he's fine with me working remote, which is awesome. And then I come in once a week or once every other week to kind of catch up and stuff, so that's nice. Oh man, I'm just still catching up here. Yeah, see, you want me to keep talking? Yeah, you can fill out your report. The good thing is you don't know my real name yet, so I feel like I'm still safe. You can't quite get me yet, so maybe someday you'll find out when I feel brave enough to give more personal information to the internet, because you know that always goes well. But yeah, Rudy and I were just chatting about how excited we are about your move and curious about how that's going. So getting the moving truck tomorrow, that's exciting. Wish I was local to the area and I could help you out and move, but hopefully have enough of a support system there to get you packed in the truck and unpacked and stuff getting in the house. It's just been you, the wife, and the kids. Yeah, I'm sure that makes it difficult, but you'll get there. I'll be praying for you guys, and I'll be there in spirit. How about that? I'm sure Rudy could help as long as the boxes were empty. So let him know when the boxes are empty, and then he can help move them. So. Oh man, it's slippery. It's wet. Offered to supervise. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's get around these. This is the tight little slippery corners here. And it's really foggy. Wow, it's hard to see. Offered to supervise, but he turned you down. Well, don't really know what to say to that. But maybe it's just because he already has, what, 5 supervisors already? Does he really need a 6th supervisor? Oh, I'm just slipping too far. Alright, we need to get back a little further. Never ceases to amaze how great these games look. Yeah, I know. It's amazing, these graphics, which I don't know. I've never been like too much of a snob with graphics, but as long as they can have good frame rates, more of a performance mode type person. But it is nice to see how pretty these games actually turn out, and there's only a few little things that kind of take me out of being really engrossed in the game. And I'll see if I can find a spot. This race might not be the best for it, just because it's not getting very many straightaways. But if you maybe you can see it from this view. Oops. If you see someone behind me, gosh, I can't see now. If you look under their car when they're behind me, their their shadow just disappears, and it just looks like they're kind of floating around the track in the rearview mirror. Little things like that, it's just they're not have as much detail for certain things, and it's like, oh, that looks a little strange. Uh-oh. I sorry there, Dawn. My feel free to repost your message. My thing likes to my Nightbot catches messages that are there's too many emotes, or if it's all in caps, it'll kind of quarantine messages there, so sorry about that. Okay, I need to stop sliding around these corners. Let's see. What were you saying? Gotta go to work. Hopefully I can catch your stream sooner rather than later. Have a good stream. Good night. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by, Dawn. I appreciate that. Have a good night working. And we will catch you in the next one. Feel free to check the VODs as things kind of get uploaded. I'm getting close to being caught up on YouTube. I'm trying to post like 2 things a day so I can work through my backlog of VODs that are saved. So, and let's see. It's just almost, I got one more lap to go. You'll take your car machines for the NES, micro machines for NES. I never played it on the NES. I remember playing, was it a Micro Machines game on the 64? I remember renting that once. And it's been so long. I can't remember if it was just frustratingly difficult or if I actually enjoyed it, but I remember a Micro Machines game on the 64. I think that's where I played a lot more games, just because I could rent them. And I was at the age where I actually could pick my games. Back when I was kind of early grade school or whatever, when I played the NES, pretty much just played whatever my parents got me for a birthday or Christmas, or if they, I think even like what Fred Meyer had, like used games or something like that. Really cheap games that they would just kind of randomly pick one up every once in a while. Didn't have that many games growing up. And then finally, when I got my 64, I actually knew of stuff coming out, and they had rental stores, and I actually could pick out stuff to play. Those were the days when you'd go to the rental store, and you'd go on a Thursday or a Friday, rent a game. I think it was 5 days you had a game till Monday or Tuesday. That was fun. Okay. But, yeah, I remember, let's see, probably the closest thing to what you're talking about, Book, was I had RC Pro-Am for the NES. That was fun, but that was tough. That was a tough game. I don't know if you played that one. We'll have to play that sometime. I never played the second one, so I think I have a copy on Rare Replay. I think they have that on there. And if nothing else, I think I might have gotten a copy that I could play another way. But that was, the first one was pretty fun. I feel like I never got very far because it was, excuse me, pretty tough. But I think I've played it a little bit here and there since being a kid, and it was a little easier. Oh, did your brother play these Forza games too? Did he play the motorsport games, or did he play these arcadey style Horizon games? think my first one to the series was the third one on the 360. That was a lot of fun. But that's a good memory to have, yeah. Okay, still the rainy season here. See how slippery it is. Oop. There we go. Got quite the variety of vehicles in this race. Got a drag race truck here. Not that kind of drag race. I always thought those were really weird in the game. Alright. They have interesting variety. Then you got classic cars, current cars. I think they even have prototype cars, some of them. Just waiting for them to have the Cybertruck, but I don't know if they'll ever have that in this game. So one question for you, Book, since you're getting things moved and set up and all that, besides your tour, what game are you going to play first at your new place? What's going to be your first game to stream? Are you going to play some TMNT 2 as a nice little kicking off at the new place, or not sure yet? No clue. Oh, I love that game. I play that game all the time. I would say I'll see myself out, but I'm streaming, so then I'd, in theory, kick you all out at the same time, so can't get rid of me quite yet. Gotta get all those terrible jokes out of here somehow. My wife has heard enough of them that I need to share them with other people. Oh man, shots fired. You know, Rudy, I've seen you mention that so many times. You should stream it and invite Book over. Or make him watch you stream it. Show him how good of a game it is, and then maybe he'll have a change of heart. Alright, we need to catch up. Can I catch up? Can I get for the end of the race? There's one. Oh, there's two. Okay. Nice. All right. Good now. Oh, you played in Heartbeat if he streamed it his place. He would just complain the entire time. Ban people from the stream. Alright, children, am I gonna have to turn this car around? I will if I have to. There, turn it around. Oh, and hey, I just thought of this. Here, I have something special for you, Rudy. Just because Book does not want to, he keeps refusing to, I have now upgraded your status. You are now VIP. I know it's taken Book this long and he still hasn't done it. So I thought I'd at least offer the olive branch and do that for you. It's the least I could do. So oh yeah, let's see. Have we done car mastery on this? No, we haven't. And we'll get some extra points there. Okay. Let's pick a different car, just to try something else different. I don't know what I've done and or what I've used and what I haven't, so let's try this one. It's not super difficult. It's just like Sekiro. The bosses are super OP, and I'm still newish status trying to level up. I mean, it's a good game as long as you're good. You just got to get good at it, huh? So as long as you're good at the game, it's a fun game. Is it basically? Is that what you're trying to say? No. You just have to get the patterns down. Yeah. So, I mean, you should basically be speedrunning it in no time, right? We just found the next game. Or the game that Rudy's going to be speedrunning. No. Are these weather patterns random? So it's based on... So each week... I might have to... Oh, that's... You can't show that in this game, or this part. I'll show you after. So there's, like, weekly challenges and races and things that they have that are up for a week, and then they change. And they basically split it up that the weather changes seasons with that change in races. And so right now I believe it's autumn. So it's kind of the rainy season, which I don't know if that's accurate in... Oops, I missed that. I don't know if that's accurate in Mexico or not, because I know some places their seasons are different from the US, but... So it'll be a little more rainy in the fall. Winter, I don't know. It's Mexico. Other games, the other game that they had was set like in the UK, and they actually had 4 distinct seasons, and it actually snowed everywhere. This game, there's only like snow if you get up to like the hilly mountain areas, so it's kind of, I don't know, I think it's kind of lame. You don't really have much snow around. But then spring, I think, has some rain as well. Summer is pretty dry. So they kind of follow the seasons. But yeah, so and then technically 4 seasons, or 4 weeks is a whole series for the playlist. So the one we're in right now is Hidden Horizons. And so then you have summer, autumn, winter, and spring to go through. And then they move on to the next one, and then they add a few new things and this and that. So we finished summer already. That was last week, and this week ends in 5 days. So they must have just started it back on Wednesday or something. So, but no, it's not real time. It's not like Animal Crossing or whatever else does kind of real time weather. But yeah, so let's swing down here. But I think also some of these races, they can choose the type of weather that's in there. Like this one says it's storm season, so there's probably more rain. That's storm season. They might all be like that for this particular season, I guess. Yeah, looks like they're all kind of wet and nasty out. Oh, I didn't travel. That would help. How's the weather down there in Houston? You were talking about some hurricane kind of weather coming in and coming nearby. Did you guys get hit with a lot of that, or are you guys safe? Alright, we'll try this one out. I don't know, Mercedes, some of these cars are just not very exciting. They're just kind of they all look alike. They don't really change their style from model to model, it seems like, as much. The last hurricane passed by us and hit Louisiana. Okay. Yeah, I remember when Hurricane Katrina happened down there. We, so my church that we were at, I was a part of the youth choir, and they would do what they call a choir tour in the summer, where we would go on like a 1 or 2 week kind of trip somewhere and go to different churches and sing and different activities and this and that. And the year or the summer after Katrina, we actually went down and did some hurricane relief down there. And actually that was kind of fun. I actually enjoyed that. So hopefully it didn't hit Louisiana too hard. I know I haven't heard a lot about it, so I'm guessing it wasn't too devastating or anything. Fun in this game because you can just run over most of anything and it just breaks apart and doesn't kill your car. Makes me kind of wish you could do that in real life, but then you'd be destroying a lot of stuff. It's like they encourage you to do in this. They give you points and everything. I mean, look at that. Just hit a sign. They're giving me lots of points. Alright. So, let's see, what else is going on? So, Book, let's see, and Rudy, I don't know, you probably play on PlayStation too. Have you guys have heard of all the news about the PS5 Pro and all that? And like, the outrage of the price? $700. Without the stand, without the disc drive, just the console and the controller. And then, I don't know if you saw, they announced their 30th anniversary edition where they have the classic first console colors. And then now I hear of all the people that are just excited. They're like, oh, that's so cool. And they want to get it. One minute they're outraged by all the how expensive it is, and then they're ready to shell out hundreds of dollars for it. See, that's all they have to do. They just have something like that. Oh, well, you know what? It is expensive. But hey, ooh, look, it's a fancy, flashy color. Huh? It's limited edition. And it pulls on your nostalgia heartstrings. Oh, I missed it. I mean, I have to admit, I do like the classic PlayStation console look. But never been much of a PlayStation guy. Let's see, where's that other race? Is it down over... Or that wasn't our last one, right? There's one more. Right? Maybe that was it. Is that all three? That must have been all three. Okay, must be because it's not saying, do you want to quit the current series? So, okay. And what do we want to drive? We got the Warthog. That's kind of cool. I've driven that before. What? I can drive one of these Audis that they all look the same too. Try one of these out. And yeah, I'm also excited for you to get back to it too, Book, because you still have to finish. Oh yeah, look at that. Maybe we can get a good look at it. Those colors. It does kind of look like Optimus Prime. You gotta finish, or at least do some more of your playthrough through Earthbound. I really don't like these off-road races. Is he there? Yeah, it does. He has got the Transformers little logo on it and everything too. I do like how creative a lot of these different designers are with different markings and colorings and everything they do for some of these cars. It makes them interesting and fun. Paint designs and stuff on these cars. Okay, come on, grip the road, please. See, all the other races, you can actually drive well, and these ones are always kind of tough. And I have to lower the difficulty down because the computer is just way too good. And I hate mentioning that. I feel like every time I race one of these, I always have to complain, and I don't want to complain. But they drive like they're on the normal roadway. They make every turn without sliding. They grip the road perfectly, and they just keep going. And it just kind of gets old. Okay, yeah, they just keep passing me. Let me quit. I usually try to avoid these kinds of races if possible. Let's just change the difficulty down one step. Oh, I was on expert though. I thought I was on pro. Okay, let's leave it there. Maybe I just need to change my vehicle to something that's better suited for off-road racing. And let's see, did we get... Okay, do that. Start the race. I think I'll... Let's see, this is good for off-road, so I might do that. Is there anything else? It is all these... This one. There's that one. Handling is pretty poor. There's all of these. Handling... Yeah, let's try one of these. I think these are electric too. Alright, this is at least a bit better. I don't know why you'd want to drive a traditional sedan on a bunch of dirt anyways. Turn, come on, turn, turn. There you go. Okay, same difficulty, just a different car. And we're seeing a huge difference in performance. Yep. Get a pretty good distance behind us there. Yeah, this car is doing way better than that Mercedes. It had good torque, it had good speed and launch, but man, it would just fishtail and just slip and slide all over the track. Almost like it's not even meant to be driven off-road. Go figure. Okay. And I think I've probably done some car master on this. Yeah. Do that just for fun. Okay. Let's go back to this one. I think this was the first race we attempted. Didn't get very far. Well, no, we got most of the way through. We just didn't finish. Oh, wow. Yeah. So much better. Getting all that wreckage just slows us down like crazy. It's fun to hit stuff. It's not necessarily the goal. And it absolutely slows you down. Somehow they can go right through it and not slow them down, really. Oh. Okay. Usually the water slows you down pretty good. Okay, get back here, buddy. Oh man, is he gonna beat us? He is. Alright, I'm fine with getting second place. We'll just have to win the next one. And let's see, where... It's one more. There it is. It's hiding. So, Rudy, how far are you in Wukong? How long have you been playing that for? Are you a decent way into the game now? Ooh, it's quite foggy on this race too. Middle of chapter 4. I'll pretend I know how many chapters there are in the game. Way to go! Yeah, chapter 4. Nice. Out of 6. Okay. Alright, I need to not get flipped around like that. These jumps are fun. It's fun to jump up in the air. But I don't like getting spun around like that. Are there a lot of side missions and kind of other story things that aren't part of the main quest that you can do in the game then? I'm sure there's a lot of other little things you can do and whatnot. A lot of secret bosses. Oh, that's cool. Uh-oh. Ah! Straighten out. Okay. Lap 1. Honestly, I just can't wait until these off-road Baja races are over. Up. Some of those jumps are like blind jumps. You don't know where you're going. You have the mini-map. You don't know where those next markers are. And I have plenty of times where you just go off of a jump and you totally miss the marker just because you're not dialed in and just perfectly straight going over a massive jump. Lots of fun. Last turn. Alright, so that finishes that off. Alright, done with the Baja races. And let's see, there's one normal circuit left, and then we can do the trial down here. Here we go. So let's see, do we have any masteries? Nah, we got enough of those. Oh, do we get the first car? Oh, we got the Subaru WRX. Nice. Made in the 1960s. This should be fun. Got some classic cars here. What have we not driven yet? I guess this one looks too fun to not drive. Let's start with this one. The Baja style Vita bug dune buggy setup here. I think these are all dirt races, so this should hopefully help give us an advantage, maybe. Oh, we got a car behind us we can take a picture of. Got a couple new ones, good. Oh, nice. Level up. I think once we get up to level 300, we can prestige again. That'll be our second prestige. Not 100% of what they really do for you. Except to give you a new number next to your little icon or whatever. Shows you how much time that you've either invested or wasted, whatever you want to call it, in the game. Yeah, look at that. So if you see the car in the background there, he doesn't have a shadow under his car. It just looks so so just janky. Which, I mean, I'd rather have better performance and frames than needing a shadow. At least they could have done some sort of just basic shadow, but any special effects are totally gone in the rearview mirror screen. There's like no splashes with him driving in the river, no dust particles and whatnot behind him as he drives, no shadow under his car. It's kind of just, it just makes it look a little off. Can't wait till they come out with the next Horizon game in the series. We've had this game since, was it 2021? And they released the expansions actually pretty quickly. I feel like they didn't take too long for the expansion packs to come out for this game. But man, it's definitely no Mario Kart 8. It hasn't been around for 10 years, but the time that it has been out, it feels like it's been playing a lot of the same races over and over, so hopefully soon they announce the sequel to this game. It's nice that they have weekly stuff that comes up, but it's still recycling on pretty much the exact same courses and race layouts or whatever you want to call them. It'd be awesome if they, along with having a new, weekly content, they had just one new race, one new circuit that they'd release, just to spice it up and have a little more variety. Okay, let's see, is there anything here? Nope. Unlocked a lot of that already. Okay. Let's see, what other car do we want to... This one just looks cool too. Looks like it's got a Mass Effect paint job on it. That'd actually be a good game to stream at some point. I know I've started playing that at least 2 different times and then just kind of stopped. And at least the first 2 games I heard are pretty good. I think people really like the second one a lot. So it'd be a good one to do. I think BioShock was another one that people really liked. I have a copy of the remastered game. Haven't played through it before. Yeah, they don't get affected at all from running into stuff. He hit that fence, and then he sped up and passed me. That's okay. Whoop. Back the other way. Ah, come on. Okay, we gotta catch up to these guys. They're actually doing well. I guess our car isn't the best for these dirt races. Might have to redo this race. I just can't catch up. We have 1.5 laps left. And they just keep getting further and further ahead. Person behind me wants to keep passing me too, so that's not a good sign. So yeah, let's just quit and find a different car. This is obviously isn't working for us. Some cars are cool, but they just don't quite make the cut. Okay. Let's try this one again. Find something else. This would probably be a good dirt racing vehicle. Just looks like a rally car. Doesn't have great acceleration, but looks like all the other cars are kind of similar. So another thing that's been recent in the news that I saw, there was someone that leaked the some stuff about the next Nintendo console. I don't know if you saw anything about that. I mean, it's just kind of wild that a lot of that just gets leaked and there hasn't been any official word on anything about it, really. No one's confirming much. But, yeah, apparently someone, either an R&D or something, someone got a copy of the CAD files and a picture or two of some just stripped down components of the next Switch system. And I heard about it in the middle of the week. Saw a few pictures. I thought that was interesting. Still pretty similar to how the first one looks. But we're in a day and age now that literally someone, I don't know if they downloaded the files or if they were able to just piece it together, but someone 3D printed a mock-up of that said, of all those files and the CAD drawings and things like that. And they basically made their own version of one that you can see how it compares to the original system. I don't know, I think that's just wild that people can be able to get certain files like that and just turn them right around and 3D print models of things in no time at all. And I'm guessing that they got these CAD files from a supplier or something like that. Someone who makes accessories and things like that, so they need to have the dimensions and where buttons are and the contour, all that kind of stuff, so it makes sense that they would have files like that, but that's kind of crazy that they can just find them like that and reconstruct it. You know, people are speculating that Nintendo's gonna almost be having their hand forced to release the images and some details about the new system because all that got leaked, but the only thing that I've heard from Nintendo this week is the fact that that new Zelda game is only a week away, and then also they're suing the company that came up with that Pal World game. It's kind of like a inspired by Pokemon and other survival builder type game types. And hearing some of the different articles and opinions and stuff, which it's sad to hear. It sounds like Nintendo is only suing them now because they feel like they have a case against them, and they're probably pretty favored to win whatever lawsuit they come up with, which is too bad because I think the main thing they're suing against is some trademark they came out with for Pokemon Arceus of catching a creature in the wild, not in battle, or something like that. It's like, I don't know how you can have a patent on something like that. That just, I mean, I kind of understand where Nintendo's coming from, but they're really just, they're stifling competition and creativity by third-party developers. I don't know. It's just... It's almost the fact that because it's doing so well, it almost makes Pokemon look bad because of how they neglect to do, you know, QAing their own games, it feels like, and making things look nice on the system. That, oh, if we can't do this, then nobody can, or, you know, we can only be the, we're the only ones that can do this and that. No one else can do anything similar to what we're doing. That's unfortunate. I tried Pal World a little bit when it came out because I had it on Game Pass. It's not quite my style of game. I think you can play with other friends and stuff online, so that's kind of cool. So I like that aspect. If I was to play with other people, I probably would enjoy it more. But, I don't know. It just doesn't really quite seem like my type of game. Okay, was that the last one? I think that was. Now let's take a look at playlist here. We have the weekly challenge here with multiple chapter progress. We have, I think we only need about 11 more points, so if we do the 2 of those, that should cover what we need. A danger side and a speed trap. There's this photo challenge. Some Horizon Open racing. That's kind of fun too. But let's try this one. So you need to have the 1971 Plymouth Cuda and start driving that. So let's see if we have that. 71 Plymouth Cuda 426 Heme. Heme. All right. Plymouth. We have that? We do. Nice. Oh, we just need to drive it a little bit and then it'll trigger that for us. Okay. So it can reach a top speed of 140, hitting 0 to 60 in just 5.2 seconds. See if you can handle all the power and earn 2 hard charger skills. Okay, where are we at? Let's go ahead and just get over to the freeway here so we have a nice straightaway to drive. Not really sure what the hard charger skill is. But I think as long as we just try to race down the road here full speed, we should be able to get whatever that requirement is. There's one. We're kind of maxing out here at the speed. I don't know, maybe we have to stop and start again for the next hard charger skill. Oof. Brakes aren't amazing. Didn't see it. Well, I guess we can turn around and try it again. Oops, let's stay on the highway. Do we only get it if we get like 0 to 60 in a certain time frame? Is that what it is? Alright, let's start at 0. Okay, that might have done it for us. I don't know. We'll see. No? We got it once. You know, let's look it up really quick. It's one thing they don't really explain. How to get... Let's see, how you get hard charger skill in Forza Horizon 5. You'll need to go flat out from rest for at least 10 seconds in a CUDA to score hard charger skills for one task. Okay, so we need it be 0 to 60 or whatever it is. Okay, so that's what we are. Maybe we just need to sit first for a little bit. Not quite sure.
In 400 yards, turn sharp left.
Yeah, we got 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds, reach top speed of 140. Well, top speed definitely is not 140, it's 150 something. Okay. Maybe we need to turn back around again and try it a second time. Okay, let's just come to a complete stop. And let's go. Oh, did I went down the wrong road. Help if I stayed on the freeway, huh? Yeah, let's do a little donut too. Did we get it? Doesn't look like it. Man. Alright, let me look at this again. Flat out from rest for at least 10 seconds. Alright. You can even count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, that was not... That doesn't work. To get a hard charger, you need to start with a burnout skill and get a speed skill a few seconds after. Okay, that's what it is. Oh, there we go. Okay, we finally got it. Never mind. All right, next chapter. The 426 comes from the name of the trademarked Chrysler-made Hemi engine, referencing the displaced 426 CU within. Many vehicles were equipped with this engine, the 1971 Plymouth being one of them. Pay homage to this engine, its elephant engine, by earning a total of 426 miles per hour across speed traps. Okay. And let's see. Speed traps. Oh, we just passed one. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Where did we go? Okay. Let's just circle back around here. Doesn't really matter how many speed traps we go through. Should be able to do it in about 4. Let's see, can we reach this one at this angle? Oh, nope. Crash! Alright, this is gonna have a hard time getting up this hill, I bet. Alright, we're on a dirt road here. Let's just go up a little ways and come down. It's not gonna get us that much speed because it's on a twisty dirt road. That's okay. Okay, there's that one. There's another one over here. Let's just get back on the highway. And we'll take this exit. Oh, don't hit. Of course, you have to be right in the middle of the road there. It almost looks like he's right... They're driving down the center of the road. They're not even staying in a lane. What's up with that? Can I just keep on the road, please? That would be great. Can't turn without skidding and sliding off the road worth squat. Okay, there's that one, and let's get back on the road. Go west. Okay, this one should do it for us. Alright, there we go. And the last one, with the bright, bold paint colors like lemon twist and lemon or limelight, your Plymouth will look the best against the night sky as you win a street race. Alright. Gotta do a street race. You know what, let's go change the color, just because it's kind of boring. See what they have.
Welcome back, Commander.
Don't they have like the basic? They have like, you can just switch over and do... Oh, here we go. Current. So those are manufactured colors. Kind of like this lighter color. The lighter orange looks a little bit better. Ooh, but that brown, that is a classic little 70s look. A lot of colors to choose from. Yeah, I kind of like this. Oh, ooh, that kind of rusty, coppery brick pink. Let's do this can that looks brown. I like that. Okay. Let's do that and get back and do a street race. That should finish this task here. Here's one. Go ahead and do this one. Quite foggy on this race too. Looks pretty cool at night, though. All the lights, fog, glow of all these light sources. Don't spin out. Alright. I tried slowing down and it threw me to the other side of the road, so gotta be a little better positioned here. He's just gonna zoom right through, I see, and then slow down. Nice job there, car. Thank you. Doesn't have the best turn. Come on, buddy. This other car is way in front, though. Oh my gosh, the braking on this car is just abysmal. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. I might have to restart. This other car is just too far ahead for me to catch up. And yeah, let's just run into the traffic too. It doesn't help when you have other computer players cutting you off. That's just what it's going to be, apparently. Okay, and off they go. Got about a third of the race left. Not really making much ground here. Unless we can get around a corner that they have to brake, we don't, but with the way that this car corners and brakes, I don't think that's going to be the case. You're just barely out of reach. I'm about to get passed by another car. Okay, let's just restart. That was not working out. My overall top speed and acceleration is faster than theirs. And at a point like this, later on in the race, whoa, is not the case. And they just take off. This other car behind me he can't wait to get in front of me. I just don't want to let him. Oh, it's you. Alright, let's just push you off the road then. think the one thing that doesn't make sense is when you're racing, you know, against a computer, and they just totally miss a checkpoint. They go around it, and it doesn't force them to go backwards or anything like that. They're still racing in the race. Oh man, are we gonna lose them now? Is that my chance to hold back? Right, we're not gonna let him do that. Okay, that didn't work out. That might have worked. Get out of here, man. Come on. You can't just turn on the jets whenever you want. You were slower than me before. And I passed you. And then he's just gonna slow down on a dime and then cut me off. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really like how the computer races a lot of the time. See if I can get past this other car. Probably not. Apparently mid-race, their stats increase. I can't stop to save my life. There. Oh my gosh. I can't catch a break. Oh my gosh. How am I supposed to, like... How am I supposed to win? I don't get it. This other car can just corner. Okay, let's go back a little further. Nope. Okay, he stays in front. Maybe I can still catch him somehow on another corner. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Nope. Alright, I cut that corner a little bit too much. Okay. Here we go. We're getting closer. We couldn't get it. We couldn't get it. Alright, time to do a new race. Gotta get first. Okay, let's just pick a totally different one, and maybe we'll be more fortunate. Let's try this one. Alright, I don't think we have any of those off-road dune buggy cars in this race, so that's good. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what it was about that race, but they were definitely more aggressively racing on that. Yep. Still couldn't turn sharp enough there. There we go. Oh, man. Hey there, Shadow. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. How have you been? Hope you're doing well. Oh, too many switchbacks. I couldn't keep my grip. There we go. That's a little better. Doing well. Good. That's good to hear. Yeah, I am doing well as well. Especially since it's Friday and the weekend is almost here. Looking forward to maybe catching up on a little bit of sleep. Got a little project to continue with a little bit tomorrow, and but overall just happy to have the weekend here. Got any fun plans for the weekend for you, or just staying home, or okay, finally. I don't know why that other race was so much more difficult. Yeah, I've been working on a project myself. Nice. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it or you were around when I talked about it before, but I had this this kind of covered wood shed thing. Actually, you know what? Let's see where is it? What kind of vehicle do I need? Class A, country, Japan. Anything from Japan, huh? Class A? Well, I should have something like that already set, so. Oh, you have a gazebo in the backyard? And you're sanding it and gonna repaint it. Okay, nice. Sounds like a busy project. But yeah, I was working on this covered little wood pile shed thing, and the other weekend, or maybe it's during the week, yeah, during the week, prior week, I got the roof on. I got the what is it, the flashing edge trim, got that around the edge, got that roofing tar paper stuff up, and then shingles. And I just have one last little bit to do. There's one kind of support 2x4 in front that I have this kind of trim board that I want to put on it, so I'm gonna cut that down to size, attach that on, and then paint that and some other trim that's already there. Paint that, and I think that should be done, at least building wise. I think at some point I want to see what I can do to get a tarp or something that I can just put a few hooks on, screw some hooks onto the front, so I can put a cover around the opening, so when it gets kind of nasty weather, it doesn't, all the stuff inside doesn't get rained on. So would like to figure something like that out. I'm not sure if I can just use a tarp I have, or if I need to find something else that works better. But we'll see. Yeah, it's just a fun little simple-ish project. It's a nice small scale, so it's not too not too difficult, I guess. Had to watch a few YouTube videos about how to install flashing and the shingles, but it wasn't too difficult. Feel pretty good about it. And it's just a covered wood pile. I'm not living out there. It's not the roof on the house. So what color are you painting your gazebo? And what color was it before? Or was it like a stain or something previously? Your friend and you are going to go in the pawn shop, maybe a flea market tomorrow. Look for games and whatnot. Oh, that's fun. That is cool. I remember going to secondhand stores a decent amount. Went to a couple pawn shops, not very many. Looking for games. Oh my gosh, did you see that? The computer just like ran into me and shoved me off into... Well, I'm not going to be able to do much for this race. Never gone to a flea market to look for games before. I'm not really in a super... Oh, wow. I'm not in a super populated area now, so I don't know how easily people would have games at a flea market, but it sounds like fun. But I remember looking at like secondhand stores, and what else? Just looking at like OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace. And let's see. So you're painting it a rustic red stain. Oh, nice. That sounds nice. That sounds good. I like that. Yeah, I don't really have any friends that are into gaming enough that they look for stuff at pawn shops and flea markets and things like that, so that's awesome that you have a friend to do that with. Let's see, can I catch anyone else? The weather has just beaten it down enough that you need to give it a nice new coat of paint. That makes sense. Totally understand that. Oh man, we're so close. They're right there. We might be able to flip this around. Can we get in front? Got that one. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh, I lost it for the team. Yeah, you live in a decent city for game hunting. Most of my collection comes from secondhand shops. Yeah. That's where most of mine has come from. So, or at least lately, that's for sure. We do have a store in town where they buy used books, movies, games, collectibles, and things like that. And sometimes I check that out, but by now I generally have the stuff that I'm looking for. There's, you know, there's different things here and there that come to mind, but they don't have the greatest of prices. They usually have sales time to time, but they mostly just have stuff that people just don't want. So, and then if you want anything that's older Nintendo stuff, and by older it's almost like anything prior to Switch, unless it's shovelware, they really don't, or a sports game, they really don't have much of a selection. So it's only good for finding like Xbox and PlayStation. And most of your collection, secondhand shops, 20 plus consoles, and a little over 800 physical games. That's cool. So I've saved pretty much all the games that I've gotten as a kid or that I've come across. I never really traded anything in. So, and I started out just playing Nintendo, so actually, first console I played was my dad's Atari. I think it was a 7800, but he unfortunately sold it at a garage sale, so I don't have that anymore. But I have pretty much every Nintendo console except the Virtual Boy. So I've got, you know, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Advance, and have an NES, SNES, 64, GameCube, Wii U. Some of those have been ones that I got secondhand down through the years, so it's not like I got them as a kid whenever they came out. And of course the Switch. And I also have the original Xbox. Got one of those secondhand. Funny thing about that, I bought it from a store, a trade-in type store, for different media and things. And apparently it was one that they hacked, and the store didn't know that. And technically it's illegal for them to sell hacked systems. And it literally has almost everything on there. It's got old classic, even upright arcade games, ROMs on there. It's got, you know, Atari, it's got Jaguar, it's got Intellivision, Commodore 64, I think. It's got tons of stuff. So I went through and scraped a bunch of those files onto my computer, so I have some of them. But unfortunately, it's got Xbox ripped on it too. But unfortunately, the disk drive is not working well, so I can't play any discs on it. And supposedly I should be able to rip games onto it from, you know, original hardware or original Xbox discs. But the disk drive just doesn't, for some reason it doesn't like to work. It just wants to open on its own. I try to close it and it opens right back up. And when I try to force it to stay closed, which I know is probably not the best thing to do, it still doesn't read the disk. I'm not really sure what to do. I think I just need to replace the drive. I've tried replacing the rubber band belt, and that didn't fix it. So I don't know if I want to spend, you know, $30-40 on a new disk drive on it. So oh, that's what it is. It's like, what is that little notification? Okay, it looks like we need to try that again. That didn't win that race, so we're gonna find a new group. Actually, I can do it from the menu here. This one. Find a team. So yeah, so let's see. So, but yeah, I got the Xbox, got the 360, got the Xbox One, and then I play on the series for this, so. But I haven't really gone collecting too much. Finances don't really allow for that at the moment, and I have a lot of the stuff I want anyways. It's just kind of random stuff that I hear about or come across or something like that, so. Which is nice. I'm not the kind of person that wants to have every single game from a console or something like that, so. And you said you modded one of your Wiis, and it has everything from the Wii back on it. Yeah, I modded my Wii as well, and I have it set up and connect a hard drive to it, so I'm backing up Wii games whenever I get them. So that's nice. So I have a digital copy of those. I was backing up GameCube games as well. And then I bought, this is pretty cool, I bought one of those Japanese Spice Orange GameCubes from Japan eBay back in the day. Or not back in the day, a few years ago, I guess now. It's been 3 or 4 years. But then I got the a mod kit for it. The what do they call that? The GC Loader mod that basically replaces your disk drive, so you can use an SD card to play backups. So I have that in place. Got an SD card to put all those backup files on and the like. So that's pretty cool. I didn't mod the Wii U. I know you can do that. Oh, and also the Japanese GameCube. In order to convert it from the Japanese region to NTSC, all you have to do is bridge 2 nearby points on the circuit board. And so I was able to solder in a little small wire there to connect that point and switch it over, so that's pretty cool. So even though I technically did a mod on it, it's not very intrusive, so I can easily take it off if I ever wanted to. But yeah, let's see. You're trying out Game Pass right now for the 2-week trial. Nice. Yeah, that is one. I have Game Pass Ultimate, so that is one thing that I kind of splurge on, but they make it difficult to be able to play online. They don't just have what do they used to call it? Xbox Live. They don't just have that anymore. You have to get some sort of Game Pass membership, and it wasn't too expensive before, and you could kind of get different, you could kind of buy stuff ahead, prepaid cards, and kind of, I don't know, get like two years or so built up. So I would just get it around Black Friday and when it was super cheap, and just kind of stock up. But yeah, it was just getting much more expensive. So my wife likes playing Fallout 76 with me, so sometimes we'll play together. But with that, I can make one console a home console and one not, so we can play together. So that's nice. But she likes playing on PC on her laptop. So having the Game Pass PC is nice. So I don't know. toyed around or thought about, you know, going back to like the core or Game Pass standard, but it's honestly not that much cheaper, especially if you're getting those prepaid cards on sale. So, so you're trying out PC Game Pass. Although the G2A sells the codes, yeah, I've been getting the codes from, man, the computer is just all over the place. I hate how they can just push you around like that and just go erratic driving. I get some of mine from CD keys. And at first I was kind of wary of doing that. I didn't want to like support a company that's like getting keys fraudulently, but the way at least they make it sound out to be is that they buy keys in bulk from like stores and then sell them. So I don't feel too bad doing that, and it is a bit cheaper. Helps me afford it. So feel free to check out CD keys. That's just like the letter C, the letter D, keys.com. They seem to have little sales every once in a while as well. I think I paid like $27 for a 3-month or something. Helps if you're on a budget. Wow, everyone just dropped out. Alright, well I guess I'm gonna drop out. I hate that people just do that. And you have to wait for like 3-4 minutes just to be a part of this race, and then people just drive terribly and then they just drop out. Not fun. I don't know how you feel about sites like G2A. I don't know if I've used specifically G2A, but I think it's similar to how CD keys works. You can get like keys for games and this and that there as well. I've never done that. I've only gotten the Game Pass from there. But I mean, like this game, I'm playing this game because of Game Pass. I play Forza Motorsport because of Game Pass. Any of those other kind of random games that pop up that I don't want to pay, I just want to try them out at least. And eventually, whenever they're going to delist some of these, when they lower the price, I'll probably buy them super cheap from the Xbox store. But I don't know. We'll see. I like having physical games, but some of these newer ones, it almost doesn't really matter. If you have the disc or if you have the digital copy, they kind of act the same. The disc only works like a little handshake saying that you own it. Otherwise, it operates the same way. Physical media is kind of not really the same. It's on its way out, which is unfortunate. But I mean, when you buy stuff now, newer games, they have like you buy it. As soon as you buy it, there's an update, even if you buy it and play it day one. So it's not like you can just play it right off, by inserting the game disc and booting it up. I mean, I like having the disc on the shelf. It looks pretty. But yeah, I don't buy. I'll buy physical games for older stuff if I can afford it. But honestly, a lot of the game collecting I did was between 5 and 10 years ago, at least, or even earlier. So back when things were on sale, or much more affordable, I should say. I don't know how people do it nowadays. It is ridiculous. Like, so on the GameCube, I know that's a real expensive one to buy for now, but I have that Fire Emblem Path of Radiance game. I bought that, I think, when I was in college, used, so it was like $20, maybe 15, 20 bucks used. People didn't care about that. Bought that. And then I know it's gone down in price, but I mean, that one was pushing 300 bucks just because, you know, they're not, you know, Fire Emblem was getting popular because of the Switch and the 3DS. GameCube games, they're not super common because it didn't sell great as a console. So there's just things like that that you come across and it's like, oh, well, now it's worth this much. Do I want to sell it? Alright, are we going to have better luck this time? Hey, look at that. Let's see, can we... Maybe I can see if I can... Well, no, they're coming up. They're passing. Maybe I can kind of slow them down a little bit. There. Kind of like doing that sometimes, just forcing the computer to slow down. I mean, Fire Emblem games are kind of fun. I don't like the... I don't know. It's not my favorite type of strategy game, and I don't like the aspect of losing permanently part of your team. But, yeah, I remember playing it a bit and getting a little frustrated with it and then just kind of putting it on the shelf, so maybe someday I'll go back to it and stream it and play it. Yeah, I agree. Permadeath is brutal. Alright, let's just let this guy pass us. Whoops, you weren't supposed to go on that side of me, you idiot. Go around me. Oh, there's the computer guy. He passed. Alright. Let's see, can we let the... Oh, those guys are way back there. Are they going to catch up? I don't know if they will. Let's see if we can at least pass the at ya. Uh-oh. He lost it. Oh, where did he go? Peter just... Oh, they missed a turn or something. They fell way back. Oh, no, he faked me out. He faked me out. Pablo took off. How did he get his speed up so fast to pass me so quickly? That's ridiculous. Oh, well. Looks like we're gonna go to... Push it on to race 3 if we can at least win. Oh. We did win. Oh, I didn't know we did. I thought we were behind. Excellent. But yeah, what are you in the hunt for right now, Shadow? What kind of stuff are you game hunting for? Always curious to see what people are looking for when they're going hunting for older stuff. I don't play a lot of strategy stuff myself. Only ever played a couple Final Fantasy Tactics and Front Mission. Yeah, I'm not huge into strategy games either. I'm sure there's some that I just can't think of off the top of my head that I might play a bit of. But I think it's not one of my top categories. I think racing is one of my favorites, or some action platformers. There's a few RPGs. I'm not a fan of like JRPGs necessarily. So like ones that I enjoy playing, I played Super Mario RPG. That was probably my first one besides like Pokemon that I played and enjoyed. And I like Super Mario RPG and Paper Mario. Those are good. They're pretty, they're not very in-depth. And I played the Earthbound. I enjoy that. Trying to think of other RPGs that I played that I enjoyed. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of JRPGs, so that kind of that rules out a lot of different games. Not sure how much you can call Fallout much of a, or the Fallout series RPG. That's more first-person shooter now. Oh, bad corner. Oh! Hit the tree. That's bad. But yeah, enjoyed Fallout 4. I tried going back to play Fallout 3 and New Vegas, but it's just so hard with the way the system works and the graphics and the controls. Whoops, you're on my team. I don't need to box you out. Enjoyed Fallout 76. Like I said, played that with my wife. It's fun that it's online. You do like playing JRPGs. I don't think they're super fun to stream personally. Yeah, you have to get the right kind of crowd, I would assume, to enjoy those. I didn't have a PlayStation growing up, so I never got into like Final Fantasy, and that's a good kind of gateway series to get into that type. So, ooh, that was a rough one. Let's see if we can win the last race. But, I mean, the console that I think, yeah, the first console I technically like owned or whatever was an NES, but I didn't really pick out the games for that. My parents kind of did. So the first system that I got to really pick games out myself was the 64, so I have enjoyed that a lot. I have a bunch of those games now, or a fair amount. I guess I never really realized how many are racing games, so I have a good number of those. But there's nothing specific I look for while out hunting. Pretty much stick to only getting games I want to play, so I don't have a bloated collection. I don't want to have a bunch of stuff they'll never use. Yeah, I feel the same way. So I'll get stuff that I played as a kid, and maybe I rented from the game store as a kid, played at a friend's house, or just ones that I never got to play that I know are decent games or first-party games that play well. So we'll see. And I have a good number of those already, so I mean, I'm happy with a lot of the stuff that I have. Probably just some of the, oh, I did not see that turn coming. The only ones that I probably want to get are on the Xbox, maybe. There's certain ones on Xbox or 360 that I don't have. Like there's this Sega All-Stars racing game or something with Sonic. And then there's Banjo-Kazooie that are guest racers on it. Wanted to pick that up. I heard that some of those ones are pretty good racers. I don't know. There's not... I'm trying to think. I think I added, so I have all of my stuff. I don't know if do you use a service to like document and make a list of all the games that you own so you know which ones you have and which ones you don't? I use the price charting website because they make it really pretty simple to add your collection onto it, and I use it anyways to look at values of games and stuff like that. So I think I have some stuff marked on a wish list on there. I can't remember. I haven't looked at it in a while. But like I said, I feel like I've pretty much gotten the stuff that I want, that I feel like I could afford. Like I'd love to get like Mario Party 2. It's one of them I don't have. That's a really good one. What else? I don't know. I know Pokemon games, I have a good number of them, but those things are so darn expensive that I don't think I could afford any other Pokemon games at this point. So you do love action platformers. NES is one of my favorites to collect for. Yeah, I just don't come across NES games a whole lot. And if I do, they're just like old sports games or the NES Duck Hunt combo pack. Because they're so popular or so common. I honestly, it's probably been a good 3 years since I bought an NES game, at least. So, just don't come across them as much, especially nowadays, and they're just, yeah, and I dumped all my Pokemon stuff because of how much they're worth. I only have Fire Red left. Yeah, I have Red, Blue, Yellow. Leaf Green, Fire Red. I've got Ruby, Sapphire, Gold, Silver, Soul Silver on the DS, and that's about it. And then I have the Shield on Switch and Arceus. Otherwise, I don't really have any other ones on the DS. I didn't have a DS growing up, so I don't have a huge fondness for it. I have one that I got secondhand, but I don't have much for it. Oh, I got a bunch of points. Nice. Might as well get these because I don't have them. But yeah, I'd like to go back and play some of those Pokemon games again. I'm waiting to get, what is it called? There's this piece of hardware. I don't know if I mentioned it to you whenever you were on here some other time, but there's this, it's called the Epilogue. It's like a Game Boy cartridge reader that you can plug into your computer. So you can back up your save files, back up your ROMs, and even play off of it. And use their emulator on your computer. And so I'm kind of waiting to get that. It's only $50, so it's not too expensive, but I want to get that so I can play some games and have at least a better resolution, or at least a better visuals. So it's not just grainy playing off of. I have a Super Game Boy and I have a Game Boy player for a GameCube, but it's kind of blurry. It's not a great resolution. So I don't want to wait till I get one of those to play some of those. What games are compatible with it? All Game Boy games are compatible with it. So original, color, advance. So it works out pretty nice from what I've seen. And it's only a couple years old. It's still pretty new. The software is open source, I believe, and so the creator is still working on updates here and there. I don't know if they've gotten most of the kinks out and features added to it, but Seems pretty cool. And also one one interesting thing is you can attach the Game Boy camera to it and use it like a webcam. So I'm almost tempted to do something like that because I have a Game Boy camera. So, and you can if you attach your Game Boy camera, you can actually download your pictures to your computer as well, so you can keep your old photos. So, which is funny. I went back to look at it just a while back because I was showing my wife and showing some old pictures on my Game Boy camera of when I was a kid, and just random stupid pictures that I took with it, and so I have some pictures of our old cat when I was a kid, and I had a gerbil growing up, so I have a couple pictures of our gerbil. So yeah, so that'd be kind of fun trying that out. But yeah, you'll have to let me know if you find anything fun tomorrow. I'll have to... Oh, only 3 people. Okay. I'll have to look around to see if they ever have any flea markets where I'm near. I'm sure they do, but I'm sure I'd have to drive a little ways to get there. You're thinking of getting the EverDrive for the 64? Yeah, I heard those are pretty nice. That'd be fun to like get, so you can even just load up kind of hacks and ROMs and stuff on it. From one thing I want to try sometime are those was it Kirko mods the Kirko mods he makes of like Banjo-Kazooie. Those look like a lot of fun. I haven't played any of those before. I need to look and see how those work. Ooh, I got really lucky there. Oh, they're way back there now. But those are pretty fun. I've seen some videos of people playing through those. But yeah, I haven't looked too many at different hacks and stuff. I'm sure there's a ton of them out there for different things. Because I know that they've gotten several different games. They've been able to like decompile them, so they can kind of re-engineer them and whatnot. And like that, I don't know if you probably have heard of the that Super Mario 64 Maker game. That they got the same treatment. That like Super Mario Maker, you can build your own custom levels in it. And you can even play it on the 64. It doesn't need to be done like on the computer. That's pretty cool. They've added like different textures to it and character models and different music and stuff to listen to in-game for it. Pretty cool stuff that people can do nowadays. You can do randomizers. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. So hard to get the feeling right on PC for 64. Yeah, I've heard that that the PC emulators have a hard time getting the right clock speed, or not delay, but like I forget exactly what the term is, but they like overdo it to compensate for it or something like that. That they can't quite get it to act like, you know, original hardware perfectly. So, which makes sense. I'm sure that's difficult to do. But that's pretty cool. So But EverDrives, those are pretty expensive, aren't they? Aren't they like $100 or $150 for something like that? They're not cheap. And I am a little tempted to get one of those or something like that. I have one for my Game Boy Advance because I got the oh shoot, the Mother of 3 fan translation. Play through that, but I think so. I was mentioning about earlier that I got that Xbox with all the that was hacked. So it's got all the ROMs for all those things, so I could just load up an EverDrive with everything. That would be fun. But it's just nice to at least have a backup of things like that, so it was a little difficult to get it off, all those files off of it, but I was able to just connect up an FTP software thing. So finally got that to work. Oop. Overshot that corner. Oh man, he is all over the place. I want one, but they're about $160. Is that used or new? Do they still make new ones? And and also on that note, have they like made new versions of them to add like any type of new feature or anything to them? I really haven't looked at EverDrives very much and what kind of features they have, if they have different versions. Yeah, it's new. They're still making new ones. Okay. So, I wonder what makes them so expensive. Is that just because of what they can do? Or is it, the fact they have to do they have to find a donor cart in order to make one? Or they probably make brand new circuit boards by now. Or do they need to find a donor cartridge for some of the chips on them? Or something like that? I don't know. I'll have to look them up. Actually, you know what? I can do that on the side while this is loading. So it looks like they're on Gen 7 now. Supports multiple regions, hard gold plating, contacts, micro SD card support, fast loading, supports multiple types of ROM types, game pack support saves, Game Shark cheats, USB support for development, IPS patches. Huh. That's cool. Yeah, one thing that I saw, so there's this one YouTube channel, a guy called Macho Nacho, and he looks at a lot of different homebrew and system hardware modification things and stuff. And there's one recent one on the GameCube that I saw that they've come out with that's like not quite Raspberry Pi, but a similar-ish feeling thing that you can just side load onto the system. You don't even need to replace anything. You take off the disk drive. It has this plug, and it has a flexible ribbon cable that you put in between. You sandwich between the plug for the disk drive where it plugs into the main motherboard or the main board of the system, and then you run the ribbon cable out, and you just attach this piece onto the main the new board. It has all the stuff on it. It just screws on to where you screw the metal plating, the flashing down on, or whatever. And so it just runs alongside the main normal hardware. So it's non-mod. You really aren't modifying anything. You're just kind of adding it to the system. So you're not messing any original hardware up. So that's pretty cool. And if it wasn't for the fact of me already getting the CG loader system, I would look into that because I think it's not super expensive either. And then they have their own new software, so it's not. You can do Swiss as well, but he came up with his own kind of OS type software that really mimics the main like GameCube settings. Oh, slow down. Menu. So like when you go to your memory card settings and you see all the save files and stuff, it looks just like that. So that's pretty cool. But yeah. Oh, excuse me. Sounds pretty cool. I don't know if I would be. I doubt I would get anything like that. I don't think it's something that I would utilize a whole lot of. But yeah, there are a lot of places to play retro games nowadays. It's pretty nice. Okay. Oh, we're finally leveling up some more. I thought I did Horizon Open before, and it wasn't giving me any levels. So let's go ahead and we can do one more. And I don't know, maybe it's almost 1 o'clock. Do I have enough? Maybe I'll just keep playing this and we'll do Forza Motorsport another time. So what are some of your favorite games on the NES then? Since that's a system you enjoy collecting for and looking for stuff. And then maybe another question. If you got the EverDrive 64, what would you probably look forward to most to play on it? Oh man, this loading screen is slow. Oh, there we go. Okay, are we loading into a new one? Think so? Are we? Doesn't say until you're already there. I thought it automatically keeps you in the Horizon Open system until you leave, but it's didn't add me to it. Okay, now it's finding one. Ninja Gaiden. Oh, that's right. I remember you talking about Ninja Gaiden. Definitely some of my favorites. Yeah, I haven't really played a wide variety of games on the NES, unfortunately. So I haven't played any of the Ninja Gaiden. You like Contra, Castlevania, usually stuff, but I also get into Jake games like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I haven't played any of those. Like I said, when I had an NES, my parents picked out my games for that because I was in early grade school. I didn't have the money to buy them myself anyways. So, mostly like first party games like Mario. Like, let's see. There's Trying to look at it now. Trying to look at stuff that I had as a kid. I had Yoshi, Yoshi's Cookie, Tetris, Spot, RC Pro-Am, Paperboy 2, Dr. Mario, Donkey Kong Classics, Bugs Bunny Birthday Blowout, of course, like Duck Hunt, and that's mostly it. That's Mario 1, 2, 3. So I didn't have a whole lot of that other stuff growing up. I do like challenges like No Death for Ninja Gaiden. Did all 3 No Death and Ninja Gaiden 3 damageless. Wow. They even did it damageless on a Guitar Hero guitar. That is... I have to say, I've only played Guitar Hero and Rock Band on a Guitar Hero guitar. But good on you, that's crazy. And honestly, I think one thing I'm most happy about of getting those ROMs off the Xbox, I have an NES Classic, and the NES that I have is the top loader, and so it only has that like coax out. So I don't have a good way to like connect that up and convert it to HDMI signal without doing some sort of like hardware modification to the system to have HDMI out, which I don't want to do anything like that to it. I don't want to destroy my console. A, because it's, you know, the only NES I have, and it's my childhood one, but also I don't want to like mess it up, and it's worth a lot too, the top loader system. If I had, I remember buying through a thrift shop the original NES, you know, horizontal loading one, but it must have had an issue with the pins, the connector needed to be replaced, and I didn't know about how to do that at the time, so I returned it. That would have been a fun project thing to work on nowadays if I knew what it was. But, and that one has, you know, the red, yellow, white composite cables for the output. So I could deal with that and get some sort of signal converter for that. But so long story short, I have the ROMs so I can load those on the NES Classic to play some of those ones that I own. So that should be fun. And like one of the games I was playing before, Earthbound Beginnings, they have that on the Switch online system, so I have the ability to play it there, but I wanted to play kind of on more original-ish type hardware, so I did load it onto the NES Classic, but apparently there's some sort of lockout thing that if you're not playing on original hardware, you kind of have a soft lock to finish, to not be able to finish the game, so I got stuck there and unable to finish it, so unfortunately I won't be able to finish that because I don't want to go back and replay everything. So yeah, but mostly I wanted to just play it just to see what it's like, and it's interesting how much similar Earthbound on the SNES, the SNES, that it's like the original. So we'll play Earthbound eventually. That one's a fun one. Yeah, I would have liked to finish it. I got... Basically, you get to the place where you get your fourth and final party member, and then you're pretty close to the end at that point. So I was at least like 3/4 of the way through the game, I think. But, oh well. But people like Jink, in challenge runs. I was trying to get Book to play some bad NES games, but he seems to think it won't draw in an audience. People like it because not many people play them and they're difficult. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I think part of that is that you need to... I can understand that. I know I'm a small audience. I draw in a small audience myself, and it's hard to tell whether it's people know me and they come to my streams, or if they're looking at the category and coming off of Twitch that way, or a tag or something like that. But yeah, it's hard to tell because I've played a few old things here and there, and there's a few people that I've brought in through that, but it's hard to tell whether it's from that or or if it's from just me. I don't know. It's hard to decipher that. But actually, yeah, just last night got someone that enjoyed watching Donkey Kong Country 2, and he was looking for him, and then he saw my Christian tag, so he hung around and followed, so that was fun. It's always nice to find people like that. I'd love to be able to build up a community of people watching that are people that are Christian, that are looking for streamers of the like, find good content without having a bunch of extra stuff. Don't really need, to have bad language or suggestive topics that people talk about, or just weird people bringing up weird stuff. So trying to network with retro community. And yeah, there's not a whole lot of retro people that are Christians. So, and I'm not solely retro, but I do like to play retro games, and so I try to bridge the gap a little bit. So, and I know Book does that too, and with what he plays, and so I appreciate people like you, Shadow, that have found us and enjoy our content and like to hang out and be a part of our streams. And people like me that are still building and still small and trying to get to like affiliate and stuff like that, to be able to do some fun things and have the different sounds and emotes and things like that someday. I've gotten close once or twice to getting what I need to get to affiliate. I keep just barely getting under 3 average viewers or whatever, so like I got really close, and then I had 1 or 2 bad streams where almost no one watched, and so it just tanked my average. But honestly, I mean, that's not the main reason for me to stream anyway, so I don't really need to focus on that. All right, let's do one more. Honestly, one of the main things that I wanted to do for streaming was, I started by playing Roller Coaster Tycoon, and they have a pretty good community. That's where I initially got a lot of people to find me. So I like playing that, and the open source software that goes along with that, add new features. That's great. So, but I really want to just have a lot of my collection, my retro collection, that I want to play through. and streaming it is a motivation to play through all that. So, your streams are clean. Don't have a family-friendly chat, mostly because I don't mind discussing things like religion and answering questions if people have some. A lot of people have colorful opinions, and I want to allow people to say what's on their mind, not compromise value. Yeah. I'm not a huge debate type person, so I'm not necessarily here to shut down stuff. I just don't want to have just off topics that are just not, I guess, good or beneficial, or edifying or whatever. I mean, there's kind of silly things that people talk about is fine, but try to stay away from crude things and cussing and things like that. So, but if people come into the chat and have genuine questions about, my faith or Christianity or on prayer or anything like that, I'm definitely open to, talking about that and the best I can. Hopefully the Holy Spirit can speak through me to those kinds of conversations and give me the words to say, but yeah. Not here to just shut down all conversation, but I don't want to facilitate, a more negative environment or whatnot. I like more wholesome content. You can get enough of that other stuff with majority of any other streamer that's out there. So. But if that's what kind of doesn't really draw people to the stream, then that's totally fine. People that want it, people that are looking for something that's, good quality content of wholesomeness and this and that, they'll come if they need it. I'm not here groveling and begging for people to be here just to make me feel good, so. And eventually, whenever I do become affiliate, I'm not going to be here to just beg for people to subscribe or this or that. If people want to hang out, if people want to do that, then that's great. Plus I just feel really uncomfortable asking people to do things like that, so. But yeah, just looking for the chill, relaxing environment. Something that people can tune in and just have on in the background or put on while they work, or be able to go to watch the VODs on YouTube and just have something relaxing to watch or listen to. If I was more of a eccentric, what man, my mouth is just tired of talking. If I was more outgoing, extroverted, wild and crazy, then maybe then I might draw in some more people, but I don't know. If I get good conversation and people being silly and joking around and stuff, I can kind of get there. I can feed off that and be jovial and joking. So. But yeah, it's Twitch and Kick. I multicast onto or multi-stream onto to Kick as well. So hello all you people out there on Kick, all you lurkers and watchers. Appreciate you being here too. Yeah, they're people on streaming services are a different kind of people, and there's all sorts of people that enjoy watching the content, and can't cater to everybody. I think I do a great job. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm still, like I said, I don't know. I've been on Twitch for a while. I streamed, or I first was streamed quite a while ago, but it was kind of off and on, and then I just kind of lost interest for a long time, and then kind of got bit by the bug for it about a year ago, and kind of did it for a while, then stopped, and then started again several months ago. So it's been kind of fun, and I think the atmosphere that I like is with the certain streamers that I have watched is I think it's fun just having some people hang out, be in chat, carry a conversation, and just the personality of the streamer being able to just have fun, and I don't know. I can entertain you while playing games and let you enjoy hanging out, and feel like I'm doing what I would want to accomplish with this, so. As well as, like I said, trying to just play through the games that I own. I don't want them to just collect dust on the shelf. It's fun to be able to play through stuff that I played through as a kid, or things that I just never actually have played through. That never-ending backlog of games either on Steam or on Xbox that I've accumulated. So eventually I'll pull some stuff out from Steam. There is a guy that found me who's a streamer as well, Mr. Cheeky Breaky. He casually streams here and there, not super regular, but he got Project Zomboid recently and reached out to me. So we'll try to schedule a time to play that together. I've seen people play that together online, and it looks like a lot of fun. So I've been looking forward to finding people that have that as well to play together. Yeah, I've been really spotty the last couple of years. So much going on in life. Totally understand. I want to get back to being consistent again. I think the one thing that really is allowing me to be consistent is we just don't have kids yet. So, God willing, down the road, if we can, then I'm sure things will change, and I will have to scale back a lot. But I don't have too many commitments during the week. So. But yeah, I mean, do what you can. I mean, I don't need to tell you that. But yeah, if you're able to stream, do what you can, and don't feel like you have to force yourself to do it or feel obligated if you have stuff going on. Life comes first. I mean, actually, your family and God comes first, and if you can stream too, then that's awesome. So everyone's in a different season and chapter of their life, so totally understand. And it's funny how much I'm like, oh man, these streamers, they have all this and they have all that, and it's like I look, it's like, you know what? I'm married, and I love my wife. I don't have kids yet. Someday, hopefully, I do. But it's like I'm not a full-time streamer, but I have a job that pays well. I have a house. I'm not living in an apartment. I'm not single. Just all I do is stream out of my bedroom. So, you know, I don't need to be envious of what other people are doing or what they have. Just be blessed by what God has given me and hopefully use it to glorify Him. So, and you know, all the stuff that I have here is, you know, it's not going to last forever, but I'm thankful for that I'm able to enjoy this stuff. So. But that doesn't need to be my whole life, or it doesn't need to be everything about me, so. I've toyed around with the idea. I mean, I see people like Book, Pastor Dustin, and several others, and they do like a Bible reading during their stream and things like that. I've thought of that, or like just going through like a devotion thing possibly with my streams. Not quite sure. But would be something fun to do. Not sure if sure people would enjoy it. Hopefully get something out of it. I don't know. So, thinking about that, if that's something that I want to add to this as well. Alright, that was the last one. Do we want to keep going? It's not too late. I've only been on about 3.5. I could go till maybe 4. I can go for another half an hour or so. This is pretty fun. Having a good time. Hope you're having a good time. You're still here. I'm not just by myself talking to myself. That always helps. As much fun as that is, I don't need to hear myself talk. I already hear that enough in my head all day long, so. Yeah. So, yeah, Shadow, I definitely appreciate you being here and being active in chat. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's right. You know what it's like, so. It's hard to. I don't know. I'm not the kind of person that has just endless thoughts bouncing around in my head to know what to say about any random thing or this or that conversation or whatever. So, consistency of, oh, I missed that turn. Oh, that didn't turn out right. Oh, look at that. That was awesome. That's almost as deep as it gets when I'm by myself. Or I'll just be quiet. Because I'm tired of seeing the same thing over and over. Wow, those are interesting rims, or those wheels. Look at that. You got little crosses or something. Look at that detail. It's kind of cool. I basically just try to narrate what I'm doing while I'm playing, and if there's no one talking much, yeah. It's nice if you have like a variety of things you're doing, but if, like, for me, just racing, it's like, oh, and I'm turning, and I'm braking, I'm gonna pass this person. Oh my gosh. Look at that person at the bottom, wow, they've played enough. They've prestiged 10 times, and they're already up to level 1099. That is... I mean, I feel like I played this game a fair amount. Yeah, I don't... This isn't a main game. I don't just play one game. I don't know how people can do that anyways. But they must, like, literally play this game every single day for, like, 4 or 5 hours. I don't know how you can... How to get so bored so fast. How do you... Unless you're, like, streaming it, and you have a team that you play with, like an entourage, or your viewers enjoy it, so they stick around and they hang out every day watching you play. I don't know how you can stay engaged that long. Man. I mean, even just like playing it a couple times a week, I get bored. I was kind of doing that a little bit with Fallout 76. So they have a season type thing. Oh my gosh, this car cannot turn if he's going too fast. They have a season kind of thing like other games where you play, get points, level up, get new, unlock little items and things like that. I played that a fair amount for a while, maxing out and getting to level 100 for each season, unlocking things. And for a while they weren't really having like new material, new content, and it just got really boring. They do the same events over and over, kind of go through the motions over and over. It's like, man, I need something new. And then when they do come up with something new, it doesn't last very long. I don't know how people can do that with stuff if playing the same things over and over. I felt like I kind of did that with... Shoot, slow down. I did that with Destiny 2 for a while. And you end up playing the same kind of events. I didn't have anyone to play with, so I didn't have like... I didn't want to play with just random strangers, so I didn't really play the raids on that. A survival game with a good building system. You can play a lot. Yeah, sandbox games, those work great. Have a lot of repeatability. So those work out pretty well. So that's why I like Roller Coaster Tycoon. Those work out pretty good because there's a lot of scenarios in the game, so I'm just kind of slowly going through all the scenarios that I never played as a kid. And then they have a sandbox mode. There's some different Discord groups about doing special event things of building creative stuff. Yeah, I've seen someone play through Ark. And this guy was really intricate, or not, maybe not intricate, I don't know. He's crazy with some of his builds. He's detail oriented, and he was fun to watch. I think the stuff that I enjoyed watching most, I think he played Roller Coaster Tycoon, but he'd play Minecraft, and that was a lot of fun to watch. And he would play on servers with some people and do the hardcore survival stuff with them. That was pretty fun to watch. But he hasn't played Minecraft in years now, and I don't think he's ever going to go back, unfortunately. But he would kind of do, they'd have a server that they'd play together, and they'd build their own bases as well, and he would, and those would last for a certain amount of time, and he would build these crazy, intricate stuff with redstone and all that stuff. Pretty fun stuff, so... and what else? So now he's been playing a lot of Satisfactory. It's a factory building, crafting, conveyor belt type game. So they just released the 1.0 version. It was like an early release for the longest time. So since they released that, he's been playing a ton of that. I haven't watched a lot recently. I used to watch it a lot. But, oh, I missed that. Great, there we go. So that's been fun to watch. He's pretty creative on that. And you know, he's the type of guy that the running joke is that he's building a starter base all the time, but really he's building a starter base to build this real starter base to then actually build the real base. So, and the one he's actually building is still massive. It's crazy. There's all sorts of crazy stuff. It's huge. To any normal person, that would still be like a normal base. So it's just, it's pretty fun. I've never played Satisfactory either. My PC doesn't have a great graphics card, and it probably doesn't have the best CPU, so I can't really handle those kinds of games. And honestly, I feel like I would get bored. I don't have the kind of creativity in my mind that other people do. I'm kind of envious of that a little bit. But if maybe if I streamed it and had people watching and chatting along, giving ideas and this and that, it would work. But it's definitely fun to watch him. He has done that. The Long Dark is another game that he's played that's been a lot of fun to watch. They've added a lot of new features. It's a game where you're out in a snowy Canadian area and you try to survive being attacked by animals and running out of food and trying to survive the elements, getting better gear to survive and stay warm, hunting equipment, this and that. So that's been fun to watch him play that as well. Okay, so you know that one too, yeah. What else? He's played a ton of Factorio and different mods for that. He's played Terraria. He's played a lot of different stuff. Just trying to think of the stuff that kind of stands out that I've enjoyed watching. I don't know. So, but yeah, a lot of stuff on PC, and like I said, I don't have a good PC to do that, so probably the most that I can handle is, because it's also the machine that I stream from. He has like one machine to play on, one machine to stream from, so he's doing a 2 PC setup, which makes sense, because probably don't need a ton to stream from, but if you're already playing something that's, you know, resource intensive, you don't want to bog your system down and drop frames or whatever. So, yeah. So, being mostly a console player, I can just use a capture card and, you know, play on a console and stream using the computer. Works pretty good. Or play kind of smaller things like Roller Coaster Tycoon. That's a pretty low resource intensive game. Project Zomboid is a little bit more, but it's worked. I have a few other kind of smaller games on Steam that I could probably play and get away with streaming as well. Can I stream off my retro consoles? So, I mean, I play off them, and then I output that to HDMI to go into my capture card. So, like, my SNES, the GameCube, and 64, they all have a certain output connector that I bought an adapter that converts it to HDMI, so I can. My Wii, I have an adapter for HDMI output as well. The Wii U and the Switch have HDMI output, so I can do that. I need to get... Ooh, slow down. I need to get some sort of adapter for the original Xbox to convert that to HDMI, so that's one of the only ones I don't have. And then the 360 and up, they have HDMI out, so it works. So, yeah, it works. And like I said, the NES doesn't... I don't know if there's any workaround without having to do some sort of hardware modification to the system, so I'll just load those games on an NES Classic, the ones that I own, which I have already, so I can play those easily from that system. So pretty much everything works. Everything is I can connect. Just need to get an adapter for the original Xbox. Yeah, you got the Retro Tink that works for all your old stuff. Yeah, I've looked at that, and that's pretty spendy too. So, I mean, maybe that could have worked. I don't know. I got 2 adapters, the one for the Wii and then one that does GameCube, 64, and SNES. And those were like between 30 and 40 bucks each, I think. I think I bought them together on the same order from Hyperkin, and it was like maybe 70 bucks or something like that. So, not too bad. But yeah, I looked at different things, and I think the Retro Tink, that's like, isn't that like 150 bucks or 200 bucks or something crazy? But it also upscales or like improves the image quality a little bit, potentially. So it's a great device from what I've seen and from reviews and picture comparisons and things like that, but just not in the budget, and yeah, that's okay. Oh, shoot, I missed that. And there goes the race. Did not finish. Yeah, the capture card that I have it's an external one, so it's not like a PC card. It's the EVGA Pro XR1 Pro, something like that. So I've had it a little while now. I've had it probably about a year and a half, 2 years. I think that's one reason why it took me a while to stream, because otherwise before that I could stream straight from my PC or straight from the Xbox because they had Twitch integration. But oh, your thing was 120 and virtually no input delay. That's nice. That was a big thing for me. Yeah, if you're speedrunning or whatnot, yeah, we can do another one. Ooh, it's one of these. Ugh. If you're speedrunning or doing very intricate stuff, yeah, you need to have the least amount of input delay. Yeah, before I had the card, I would stream straight from the Xbox because they had the ability to do so, or I did a little bit straight from like the PC with Twitch's broadcasting software download that you could try before I found OBS. But yeah, once I was looking at capture cards, I heard decent but maybe okay reviews from Elgato, but I wanted to see what else there was, and I found this one. It was kind of on the newer side, and it had passed through like 60 frames per second, which was great, and worked well with OBS. People had pretty good reviews on it, so I found it on sale at some point. There was some markdown or whatever, and so I snatched it, and it works out pretty good. I think the only thing, I don't know if it's it or if it's my monitor. Sometimes when I switch over to the output for my monitor for the game so I can watch it without delay, the monitor doesn't recognize a signal at first. So I have to like unplug it and plug it back in for it to recognize. But all in all, otherwise it seems to work pretty well. It took a bit of a learning curve to understand how OBS works and everything. Come on, can you please grip? Thank you. And just like how the different inputs work and channels and things like that. So learning process of just using OBS took a little while, but I think I've somewhat figured it out. And yeah, the card works pretty well. I'm happy with it. It does what I want. I'm not serious. I'm not crazy into all the stuff that some of these other full-time streamers do and use. It gets my signal on the screen in the software, and it allows me to get it up to Twitch and Kick, so that's what I need. So it does the job for me. And hopefully I don't need to replace it anytime soon. OBS is more complicated than, say, Streamlabs. Whoops. Where it's just drop-down boxes customization. Yeah, I haven't really used... I have a Streamlabs account. I've looked at it. I have Stream Elements as well. I've looked at that and done a little bit with some like notifications and stuff, but ended up with Twitch. They have their own like alert system that you can just create easily within their ecosystem, and then just get the source URL and drop it in OBS to get like notifications. So like when someone someone follows, someone raids, I have a nice little notification pop up. For Kick, I had to do something because they're kind of limited, and since they're newer in their support, I had to use, what is it called? There's some other system that connects with them. What is it called here? Botrix. It's the only system I could find that would work with Kick for doing notifications and things like that. So I have that working for that to create a source. Yeah, what Twitch has is pretty much how Streamlabs and Stream Elements works. Yeah, I did some on Stream Elements before, but it was kind of a little complicated. I wasn't quite understanding how to use it very well. I kind of got it to work, but I feel like I still had some issues, so I switched over to using Twitch's alert system, because they've been upgrading it and adding the features, so it works fine. And I'm not really getting many notifications yet anyways, so it's like the other stuff. It does the job, and I'm happy with it, so. Yeah, these guys are just missing their turns or flying off the flying off the track. So, all right, if you need help with that, I'll be happy to lend a hand. Oh, thank you. I think for the moment I think I'm okay. It's nice, at least for like backgrounds and all that kind of stuff and whatever. My wife has a Canva account, so I've been kind of also just adding stuff to YouTube and creating thumbnails and doing all that. I'm kind of, and then doing kind of overlays and stuff. I'm kind of teaching myself a little bit of how to use Canva, and like my my profile username picture thing. I created that from scratch with some inspiration from Canva, but doing like the overlays from last night and stuff. And the thumbnails for my YouTube videos is just taking screen captures, or I'm able to find some clip art or pictures that I can kind of copy from, shamelessly steal from Google. I do that, but yeah, it's not too bad. Whoops, get back on the road. It's working out so far. And, I mean, you don't need to necessarily be this huge, big production. I feel like what draws people primarily would be just how you play and who you are and whatnot, rather than just fancy visuals and all that, I would imagine. Which, maybe that gets the attention of some people, but I'd hope people come to my stream because of me and the content that I have, rather than and what I'm streaming and all that kind of stuff, rather than just flashy graphics and things like that. But honestly, yeah, like I was looking at icons and stuff like that for my little emblem or whatever, and I looked online. It's like I want to just take something that someone else has because I don't want to steal it, and I don't necessarily have the money or want to commission someone to make something. I bet I could make something myself with inspiration from other people. So it turned out all right. I think it looks okay for now. Maybe it'll change in the future, who knows. But OBS is more complicated, more custom. Let's say Streamlabs, where it's just a drop-down box customization with Learn. You have tons of silly redemption stuff like green screens and sounds. Yeah, I need to. That's something that eventually I'll look into. I've kind of saved a couple sound bites here and there that I'd want to have for some of that, but like emotes and stuff, I'm really not sure what I want to do for that, because I don't know. I see the Twitch guidelines, but then I see what other people have, and it seems like it's literally just taking, you know, pixel art from games and stuff too. So I don't know what's, you know, crossing the line and what's not. So unfortunately my wife does art stuff and some emotes. Oh, cool. Well, there you go. Look at a chat, run into a tree. Cool. Well, that's exciting. That's cool that she's able to do that for you. Down the road, if she would want to do that for little old me, for commission or something, whatever sounds reasonable but to her, if she would want to do something like that, you know, let me know, but definitely no pressure. Don't push it on her, or, you know, if that's something that she'd be interested in, that'd be awesome. But if not, you know, I'll find some way to do it or whatever. But yeah, I found with my name being kind of a pun or a homage to Earthbound, I don't know if I want to have a bunch of Earthbound sprites as emotes or things like that, or those little subscription tier icons, or if they need to be different enough that they need to be technically original artwork. I don't know. Still figuring that out. Twitch doesn't really care too much. I kind of figured that from what I've seen other people have. They don't care about emotes unless it breaks the TOS, yeah. And it looked like as long as you don't use their Twitch icon or something like that, then they're fine with it generally. And it would have to be crude for them to care. Yeah. I know, it's funny, I hear things about like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like, one thing I saw is that, oh, they don't want you like including stuff like combining your chat between multiple services or something like that. So like if I was to have a chat window on stream to see chat history of this and what's on Kick, apparently they don't want to see that, but I've seen multiple people, I feel like, have, you know, chat from different services showing up together in one place on their stream. So I don't know if they only care if you're a big streamer, or if you break some other rule, then they'll ding you for it, kind of like getting a ticket. They're not going to ticket you for this small thing, but if you get pulled over for speeding, then they'll ding you for it. I don't know. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there to figure out and understand, and lots of things to learn. Wow, they're done already. I did not pick a good car for this this set of races. Man, they just fly around the track. Oh, I can get in front of you. He gave up. Oh, I don't know who that is. I guess I was already past him anyways. Did not finish any 3 of those races. Well, half of us didn't, so I don't feel so bad, I guess. That's crazy. Oh, there's like 5 people in the same clan. All right. Well, I think this will be my last. This is my last race. It's 1:43. Getting close to 2 o'clock in the morning. I probably should try to get some rest. But yeah, tonight was fun. I know we had a little bit of a later start. I was playing some Rocket League with a friend before this. And 2:44 for you. Okay, so you are on Mountain Time then, it must be, huh? Nice. So, yeah, had a good time. Got through all of most of the weekly stuff here. We got the 2 cars that are unlockable. So, tomorrow I think we'll try and play probably some more Diddy Kong, or not Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong Country 2. Keep continuing with that. And then maybe we'll maybe play some Forza Motorsport, or I don't know if I want to get 2 games going at the same time, but maybe we could play some other. Got so many racing games on the 64. Maybe we'll try and play some more of those. We'll see. Okay, so you're also in Texas. Okay. West Texas. Nice. My grandma used to live in Texas. She was in outside the Plano area. I think that's kind of the more northeastern side of the state. So, cool. Yeah, a lot of people in Texas. It's a popular place to be. I had some friends that moved down there a few years ago. Oh, I got a wheel spin. All right. Let's see, is this a duplicate? Yes. Let's give it to somebody else. Okay. All right, well, I think that's about it for me tonight. Like I said, we'll try and pick it up tomorrow. I might try and start a stream a little bit earlier, just so we have some time. We might play a couple different games. Maybe we'll start with Donkey Kong, and then if we get tired of that after a few hours, we'll switch over to something else. We'll see. But I can't stay up too late tomorrow night because I need to get up early. I'm running sound for church on Sunday, so I gotta get up early. Ugh. I gotta get up at like 5:45. So, thank you so much, Shadow, for hanging out. And earlier, Book and Rudy, thanks for coming and hanging out. And let's see, Dom Pua stopped by to say hello before he went to work. Thank you, everyone who comes by to say hello. And also, just as important, not any less important, thank you for all of you that come and hang out and just come and watch and lurk. You are just as important. I appreciate you being here and hanging out. And then also in the VODs later on, those of you who are watching later, thank you as well. Appreciate you watching and hanging out to the very end. So we'll call it here for the night. So thank you for joining. God bless everyone. And we will catch you in the next stream, hopefully tomorrow. Take care, everyone. See you later.